Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, millions. I just threw it back on the beach. So when you come to my beach and when you fluff, if you find a coin, you turn that in, and it gets you like a drink or something like that.
Well, I was hoping we could trade the damn thing in and maybe get another computer that could sit in the closet for 6 months.
You know, Danny, you're just brilliant. So listen, I have a really, really special guest right here. I'd like to give up a couple more minutes to Mr. Chris Bellamy.
Absolutely.
He deserves it.
Buddy,
yeah, you're good.
Buddy, I am so sorry about Bella, man. I know that had to be tough, and
that's awful.
You know, man, I hate that you are so far away while that was happening, and you know, we've really been thinking about Janet. I know the hippie chick reached out to her as well, so we'll get that out of the way. But how you holding up, man?
Oh, I'm fine. You know, it's just that's dog number 3.
Yeah,
it's been the first time in 22 years that I haven't got no dog at Middle Sound.
Oh, wow. Wow.
You know, that, but, you know, it's just part of life, you know, and we'll see her again.
Yeah. There you go. There you go, man. Well, you've been playing down at Hog's Breath. Sounds like it's been a very, very productive week down there for you.
Yeah, man. I tell you what, I played here a lot of years. Yeah. This is the busiest week. Chris drove me downtown Monday night, and I thought, Lord have mercy. You know, Monday afternoon for my first gig, and it was just wall to wall. And so, you know, hey, man, we've had good nights, strong nights every night. Friday didn't get going a little later because it wasn't no sunset.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, cloudy and everything, so. But it picked up, and we wound up, you know, everybody was happy, and Bradley come in and played with me Friday and Saturday night. That was way cool.
Yeah, I saw the pictures. Brian Fields was sending me pictures of you guys last night, I think it was, that he was there, and I saw Bradley. So I was really glad that you drug him out of the house and got him on stage.
Yeah, it worked out good. You know, he was booked on a Fury boat and a while back, and he said, well, you know, it can rain, it can blow, anything can happen when you're working on a boat.
Sure.
Especially playing music.
Yeah.
And so he elected to come on over, so I'm glad he did that. And we you know, the first, you know, we don't play together that often. So when we do get a shot, you know, take that first night to kind of, you know, feel your way along a little bit and make sure you're in the pocket. And then the next night it's just like,
yeah, you know, yeah. Well, that's the thing. You guys do not play a lot together, but when you do, I mean, once you get clicking, man, it rolls pretty good.
Yeah, we did. I threw some curveballs on Friday night. To Stairway to Heaven and Bill Withers' Ain't No Sunshine and Eastbound and Down, and it was all requests. You know, Treetop Flyer, and he was right in the pocket.
Yeah.
He's a talented guy.
Well, I heard,
but, you know, the songwriter thing is what really surprised me, because the Hog has booked me for the whole week of the Key West Songwriter Festival.
Man,
oh, wow, nice, very cool.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
That's a big deal, you know. And you know, I've had 8 #1 Americana country songs, and the whole gamut that I went with. How good it went with Silver Buckle Records, and so now, I mean, I got a lot of country songs, and that week is primarily, you know, based on the Nashville side of things. So I'm looking forward to being able to drag out a whole bunch of unpublished, pretty strong material that I've written. We have Casey Jones and Ledbetter and a number of folks that it's just, you know, that getting a cut off of another artist. I don't care about the glory. I just want to play the music.
Sure.
Well, yeah.
Some young guy can have all that. And that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I hear you, man. FYI, if you're out there and you're listening, reach out to Chris Bellamy, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's cool, man. We sure do miss you, brother. You know, we had our 2-year anniversary the other day on Valentine's Day since you guys have been up here. And, of course, you know, Bella was here that time when you guys were up here. And And we had a great time. But
we drank a lot of Spanish wine.
We did drink a lot of Spanish wine, but yeah, we had a good time.
You remember the next day you were trying to fix my hangover.
Yes, señorita.
And ironically, it was the same time, like today, the Daytona 500 party will be kicking in here in a little bit. And your buddy won the pot last time. He,
Steve.
Steve won the money.
Right.
He didn't even want to do it, right? And there's like, oh, come on, man, come on, get a part of it. And damn if he didn't win it. And it took me a month to get his money. I kept it in the tip jar for a month, until he got back in town. And finally, he came by here and got his money.
But he's a good guy, man. He's there now. His mom is in assisted living, so he's there looking after her.
Yeah,
and he's right around the block from me practically. And he actually said, "Man, why don't you go stay at my house for a while in Tarpon Springs? Just drive." He's got a hookup and everything for the RV. So I said, "Well, we might."
Well, there you go.
But I'm coming back here. We're probably going. I got 10 days booked at Boyd's with the boat slip and the whole deal. I'm gonna bring my flats boat down here, and I'm gonna play that week, and then we probably, if the space is there. I got the last motorhome slip at Boyd's that was by a phone call day before yesterday. They are everything is still full, even in May.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't think there is no more off season down here.
Yeah, I think you're right, and that's kind of lead into my next question. I don't know if you heard me talk about it or whatever, but the people that took over Meeting the Minds are talking about moving Meeting the Minds out of Key West, and so this year we're fine. Everything's going to be fine for this year. But now we're talking about 2023 that this may be the last year that Meeting Minds will be in Key West, and they're using all kinds of excuses, like Key West is too expensive, blah blah blah, and all this other stuff. But my question is this, because our show, the Tiki Man Radio Sunrider Showcase, Key West Bound, going to be in our 6th year this year. We have no intentions of following them around the country. And so we're going to be back in Key West. But based off of what you're seeing, do you think that people will still come back to Key West, or will they follow it all around the country?
Man, I think that Key West is the backbone of Meeting of the Minds.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Buffett started that whole thing. I mean, Scott Nickerson and all them fell in behind Buffett and it all originates right here. So the spirit of the whole thing comes from here. Yeah. So my 2 cents worth on that is I saw him move Yeehaw Junction Bluegrass Festival from Yeehaw Junction down to Okeechobee, and it did not work.
Right.
And so, why try to fix something that ain't broke?
Right. Well, the cost
it's a little pricey down here, no doubt, but it ain't. You got to do it while you can, man.
It ain't cheap everywhere else either, by the way. And
nothing's cheap no more. So I don't know who those folks are. I stayed in the Chrissy world.
Yeah. Well, the Casa Marina is going to be going through a remodel, and they've pushed it past this year. But in 2023, the Casa Marina will not be available because they're going to be redoing this and redoing that. And that's kind of spun this whole conversation. So, from a standpoint of what they're talking about, I get it. But listen, hey, maybe it's time you move that thing over to the Key West Amphitheater or whatever. There's other options in Key West other than the Casa Marina, and honestly, I think about only 30% of them are going over there anyway. Everybody else is out enjoying everything else that's going on in the island that week.
Yeah, I tell people that when I publicize these events, especially Meeting of the Minds, there's so much talent in town. It's just like the songwriter thing.
Sure.
The songwriter thing is, the Meeting Minds is one thing, but Key West Songwriter Showcase.
That's really the big gig right there.
Yeah, that's the big gig. And and you look at the roster of talent that's going to be here. I'm not officially hired by Key West Songwriters. I am hired by the Hog's Breath to represent them during that week, which, the Hog is a big brand.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I was like, really? I'm humbled by that. You know, thank Dan Hogburn for that, and the people that have supported me down here, y'all included, Chris and the whole crowd, and thousands of them before. You know,
sure, yeah.
It's just I'm really touched and humbled and excited.
Yeah,
very. You know, I can't wait to play Man of Simple Means for some of them cats.
Well, you know, Brian and I talked about it, and you know, what we may end up doing is coming down for the Key West Music Festival and doing our show during that time. Or maybe during the boat races or something like that. You know, it's just another opportunity for us to take our event and move it somewhere else on the island, or a different date, if you will. We love working with Rick's, and we love that venue. And I mean, you had a blast there this year playing on stage.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, big old crowd.
I may have had too much fun.
No such thing.
But, you know, I look at everything as an opportunity, and that's kind of how we're looking at it. But that's the scuttlebutt, just to let you know, past this year.
Gotcha. Well, that's a good idea, Danny. I would not pull out of Key West. It's booming.
Mm-hmm.
You got international clientele. Your audience that you get here is not really gettable nowhere else.
That's right.
Because everybody's here, you know, from across the globe. I've reached 6,600,000 followers.
Wow.
According to Google Analytics.
Oh, wow.
13 different platforms.
Man.
And part of it was stuff that Larry put in motion before he passed from Silver Bugle Records. So, I mean, you know, it shows at my show I'm meeting people that have know the words to my stuff better than I do.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like, hey, I sing this song all the time. And you're like, yeah, what's the words to it?
You remember to turn around?
Yeah. Do you play guitar?
Exactly.
Well, you know, we're looking at all kinds of options and stuff like that, you know, but yeah, it's a huge mistake to take something that's been there for 30 years and screw it up, which is basically what's going to happen if they move it off of Key West. So hopefully it won't happen. Maybe it's a whole lot to do about nothing, because here's the thing. From the trop rock community, the island doesn't really, you know, embrace trop rock that much. But for that particular week, Parrot Head Week, they own Key West, right? So if you give that up, you may not ever have it back, and that's really the key thing.
Yeah, I mean that's very accurate. A younger player asked me a while back, how can I get a gig at the Hog's Breath? And I said, well, usually somebody got to die.
Right. That's
so if
true.
you let go of your spot, you probably will not get it back.
Well, no.
There's only 10,000 people of every nature that want to come here and play music. There's the same thing that people want to come here and have festivals, you know. And if you got a spot here, you better value it.
Yep.
Because it will not always be available.
That's perfect. That's perfectly said, man. And I really appreciate it. We got to get CK back in here since it's his damn spot, or, you know, I'll get all these contracts in here.
Right, so about ready to go over on his time.
I know.
Here comes the man. The mayor.
The mayor.
And the greatest guy on earth.
Yeah.